Ross Feingold is an Asia political risk analyst and is joining me now from Taipei, Taiwan. Good to have you with us, Ross, on the programme again. How much of a political move rather than one based on the science that TikTok is a national security threat to the USA?
Well, certainly there's a political aspect to this. The Trump administration has taken a series of actions pretty much over the course of the time it's been in office, but it's stepped up these actions within the last few years, targeting Chinese behavior, whether it's the corporate world, the Chinese corporate world, or government entities, individuals, sanctions, et cetera. So this is just the latest in a pattern of actions that the U.S. government has taken to try and level the playing field, whether it's on trade issues or data security, intellectual property theft concerns. So, yes, there's a heavy political element, but it does fit into a pattern of actions that the Trump administration has been taking. This is not something sudden.
As our analyst said in that report, another one, I dare say, it's a young person's app, kids singing, talking, showing their untidy bedrooms, cooking, showing how makeup even goes on. I mean, one wonders what the Chinese can actually garner from this, according to the insinuations being made by the American president.
Well, there's a concern about data security, and it's not the first time this has arose with Chinese-owned internet companies that either had a presence in the United States or are attempting to enter the U.S. market. And it's a concern that U.S. user data might be stored in China. Obviously, TikTok has strenuously denied that they store user data. And if TikTok or its owners decide to challenge the action of the United States government, that'll be the key issue, to have the U.S. government provide proof that data is being stored overseas. But keeping in mind the extraordinary number of users, we're talking 70 million people, to the extent that this risk does exist, that data might find its way into China, then it's understandable that the U.S. government would be concerned, even if we are talking about short and fun video clips of mostly young people in everyday activities.
If there is an executive order against this, organised by the president himself, is there any technical way around it for people who want to maintain and keep their TikTok accounts?
The ultimate result there probably would be a forced sale. And again, this is not the first time that the U.S. government has forced a Chinese-owned app company to sell their U.S. assets, Grindr being one of the more prominent examples. But if the U.S. orders it to be banned, there are a lot of questions about how that would play out in practice, but it will disappear from the app stores pretty quickly, because the app stores are not going to challenge the federal government in that regard. You wouldn't be able to update it other than taking very extraordinary measures to do so. So it would probably very quickly become a product that you could not use. It wouldn't be feasible to use it in the United States. And it's always possible, as is common in the internet world, that another product will come along anyway.
Ross Feingold, always good to speak to you. Thanks for joining us from Taipei.